go, guys. Wednesday. 3 down, 4 to go. You know, I was not gonna make a video today, but I was listening to. I went on the Dallas Cowboys website and throughout my day, and I was listening to Brian Broaddus and some other guys at the round table. You know, talk about the Dallas Cowboys, talk about the New England Patriots, and why Brady and Belichick are so great, why coaching matters. And I was able to kind of put 2 and 2 together. And I asked myself, would you rather, we got this team. We got the Dallas Cowboys. We're one of the youngest team, if not the youngest team, with a load of talent and a pretty good cap space for this upcoming draft and free agency and all this stuff during the offseason. We got all this talent. We got Dak, we got Zeke, we got Jalen Smith, we got, you know, Cheeto, we got Byron Jones, we got all these young guys, D-Law and Irvin if he can act right. We got the tackling Dutchman now. We got tight ends for days. We got 4 good tight ends. We got a pretty decent offensive line if we get Fredericks back, and we got Looney to back him up, and they're thinking about moving Looney to another position, and because he did so well, you know, taking the place of Travis Frederick while he was injured this last season. We got a good team. We got a lot of young, up and coming talent with a lot of potential. But I asked myself, I look at the New England Patriots, and I can't name but maybe 2 or 3 guys on that team. And I asked myself, would you rather have a loaded team with talent like that, up-and-coming talent, or would you rather have coaching? You know, we sit here and we analyze every player every year, especially this time of year because of the you know, you got the combine coming up and the draft and, you know, and etc. And we're going to start analyzing these young guys, and who's the best guy, who's the best fit, and all this stuff, and you know, how long we're going to have this guy, and how many more years we're going to have Zeke, and are they going to sign D-Law to big-time contract, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But I asked myself, is it worth having all that talent that we have? Is it worth having all that talent when you can't coach them? When we don't have the right coaches here to coach them? I can't say that for the defensive side of the ball because our defense really, really played good. They're one of the best defenses in the league. Obviously, they didn't show up against the Rams. They just couldn't figure the Rams out. They were doing too much motioning and things like that, and we just couldn't keep up. We weren't ready. Our youth really showed in the playoffs last season. But I can't say that for the defense side of the ball because, you know, they're developing, they're growing, they're the best thing we got right now. Offensive side, you know, you got Zeke who manages to still be the leading rusher with the problems we've been having on the offensive line with Tyron Smith and his back and his knees and his shoulder. But still at maybe 70-75% still could be dominant with, you know, the left guard position being, you know, fluctuating. You got Connor Williams, which is, I think, is really undersized and really gets beat up and pushed back. He can make plays at times, but key blocks at times, but overall he gets just pushed back. You got a center, Joe Looney, who's did a wonderful job replacing Frederick, but you know, that's a second string guy. We all know Frederick's the man when he's healthy. Martin, which is probably our best, most consistent lineman, playing right guard, and then you got Lyle Collins on the end, who should be playing left guard, but they moved him on the end, so they keep moving him back and forth, and that poor child is confused and don't know what to do, but he did a pretty good job this year. So we don't have that. We don't have the best line in the league anymore, like we did back in, you know, all the way from, you know, 14 till 16, 17. But Zeke's still running the show. Dak up and down. Dak's the guy. I still like Dak. I got faith in Dak. Dak will be fine. I'm not worried about Dak. Dak's an ugly winner. He'll do what he has to do to win. Dak proved himself, you know, this past season. So I'm not I'm not a Dak hater, so you know he's our guy. He's gonna be our guy. But you know, I'm talking about all these guys that we got, and I'm seeing the Patriots. They're able to coach on the fly. They're able to adjust. They're able to go to a Super Bowl with, I think, a mediocre team. You know, you got Gronk, you got Brady, you got Edelman, you got a pretty good running game. But nobody's flashy. Nobody stands out except those three I just named. They just know how to hit you where it hurts. Like I said in my video the other day, they attack the weakest points of the defense, which is the flats in the middle of the field. And that's how they get upfield. That's how they consistently get into the end zone. And then they hit Gronk on a big play and boom, touchdown. So it's so vanilla. I mean, not vanilla, but it's like you know what they're gonna do, but you still can't stop it. You know, I heard that scouting has a lot to do with it too, because if you go and watch a practice, a New England Patriot practice, you know, you'll see that they're running a specific lineup, and you think you got them, but they'll go and flip the script come game day, and because they know how to adjust the teams, and they know how to see how you line up, your footwork and your footing, how your offensive linemen are lining up, and they pick the right defense to stop you, or vice versa. You know, on the offensive side of the ball, they see how your defense is lining up, and they're able to just coach on the fly. And we can't do that. We haven't been able to do that. That's been trouble for us. Adjustments. And this video is pretty much a broken record, what we all been saying about the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball. But we got rid of our negative, which was Linehan, and but now we got his boy. So I don't know. Like I say, it's just amazing how New England can go up there and they can win a Super Bowl with what seems to be mediocre players. It seems like that to us because they're not flashy. They're not the big names out there. They're not the superstars. And that's what makes Brady so good, because he can take anybody and put him in a slot, put him in a motion. Edelman, you know, he can take him and make him a dominant receiver. Edelman had, what, 144 yards. He was his go-to guy in the Super Bowl. So it just blows my mind. A guy, Edelman's what, my height, 5'8", 5'9", 170, 180 pounds, you know, soaking wet. So, and he's able to get up the field and lead the offense like that, him and Brady together. And it's just amazing how they could do that. And we got the same kind of weapons. We got a pretty good quarterback. Might not be as accurate as Brady. Well, clearly it's not as accurate as Brady, but Dak knows how to get the ball in there. He's won some games before. We got, what's his name? Cole Beasley. And he's a kind of a clutchy slot receiver. But we stay away from him. We don't know how to attack. You know, we just get out there and line up and run a play and hope it works. Our coaching staff needs superstars. New England doesn't need superstars to win. That's the difference between New England and every other team. They don't need flashy guys. They don't need big name guys. They don't need superstars to win Super Bowls. All they need is Brady and Belichick, and you know, and that's it. They just figure out how to win. It seemed very simple what they're doing. They just strategically pick their enemy, their opponents apart, and they win games like that. And it just, I still to this day don't. I understand it, but then again, I don't understand it. But I don't know why the Dallas Cowboys, why they can't do that, why they can't figure that out. You know, why they can't take a page from New England's book and you know, to try to be successful and try to win games. Like I say, we don't know what Kellen Moore is about. We know how he is as a QB coach. And we were all on him about not being able to develop Dak and get his fundamentals and stuff going. But how is he going to just all of a sudden turn into this offensive coordinator guru genius, you know, next season? We don't know. All we can do is wait. And that's the sad part about it. We don't know yet. a lot of these guys, a lot of great coaches come from great coaches. You know, Belichick came from Parcells. You know, he played with, I mean, he coached the Browns, and he's been, you know, around. And we seem to move up coaches within and hope for the best, you know, just going off a wing and a prayer. And, you know, I don't get it. I just thought you needed experience to, you know, when you hire somebody, it's, you want them to have experience. And that's with anything you do, you know. But that's just like driving. You know, you're too weak or you're too hurt to drive home from work. Obviously, you're going to want somebody that can drive to drive you home. You know what I mean? Safely. So that's just an example, man. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all know something more than me. I don't know, man. We'll see. That's all I got, man. I just wanted to run my mouth just a little bit. Really not a good topic. It was on my mind. Hey, I might as well just throw it out there and make a video out of it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this coaching thing. About is it better to have superstars or to have good coaching, or up and coming talent like we do, or good coaching? Because if you got all this up and coming talent like we do, what good is it? What good is it that you don't have a coach to coach the up and coming talent that needs coaching? If that makes any sense. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up, because you never know what the day is gonna bring you. Holla back at your boy. I'm out.
And the only thing else I